Let me tell you a hard truth most people don't want to hear. Your ego will either be destroyed by wisdom, or it will be destroyed by life. Life doesn't ask permission. It humiliates. It exposes. It breaks people publicly. Stoicism offers a quieter option. It kills your ego privately, before the world does it violently. And that is not a curse. That is a blessing. In today's world, ego is praised. Protect your pride. Never let anyone disrespect you. Prove them wrong. But Stoicism says something radical: your ego is not your strength. It is your greatest weakness. The Stoics didn't try to inflate the self. They tried to discipline it. And once you understand why, you'll never see ego death the same way again. Part 1: What ego really is. Let's be clear. Ego isn't confidence. Ego isn't self-respect. Ego is the need to feel superior. The need to be right. The need to be admired. The need to win. Epictetus warned us, if you want to improve, be content to be thought foolish. Why? Because ego ties your worth to external validation. The moment your worth depends on praise, status, opinions, recognition, you lose control. You become emotionally fragile. And Stoicism hates fragility. Part 2: How life destroys ego. If Stoicism doesn't humble you, life will. Life does it through failure, rejection, public embarrassment, loss, betrayal. Life waits until your ego is comfortable, then pulls the rug. Careers collapse. Relationships end. Reputation fades. Health declines. And suddenly the ego realizes, it was never in control. Stoicism says, don't wait for life to humiliate you. Remove the illusion early. Part 3: Stoic ego death is voluntary. Here's the difference. Life kills ego brutally. Stoicism kills ego deliberately. Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events." That sentence alone murders the ego. Why? Because ego wants control over outcomes. Stoicism demands control only over character. You stop asking, how do I look? What do they think? Did I win? And start asking, did I act with integrity? Did I stay calm? Did I do what was right? That shift is ego death. And it's freedom. Part 4: Why ego death feels like loss at first. Let's be honest. Ego death hurts. It feels like being invisible. Being underestimated. Not reacting when you could. Letting others win. Your old identity resists. But here's the truth most won't tell you: the ego doesn't die quietly. It screams. And that discomfort, that's growth happening. Seneca said, "No man is free who is not master of himself." Ego is not mastery. It's dependency. Part 5: What you gain after ego death. Once ego loosens its grip, something powerful happens. You gain brain-mental clarity. No more emotional overreactions. Stop sign emotional control. Insults lose their power. Person standing inner stability. Your mood no longer depends on others. Direct hit true confidence. Because it's internal, not performative. You stop proving. You start becoming. And nothing scares insecure people more than someone who doesn't need approval. Part 6: Ego versus dignity. This is where people get confused. Stoicism doesn't teach weakness. It teaches dignity. Ego says, react immediately. Dignity says, respond only if necessary. Ego says, I must be seen. Dignity says, I don't need to be. True power is silent. As Marcus Aurelius wrote, be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. That discipline kills ego, and builds character. Part 7: Why ego-free people are unbreakable. When ego dies, criticism becomes information. Failure becomes feedback. Insults become noise. Nothing touches your core. Because your identity is no longer fragile. Life can take money, status, attention. But it can't take your virtue. And the Stoics believed virtue was the only thing worth protecting. Final message dash. So here's the choice: let Stoicism humble you quietly, or let life humble you publicly. One builds strength. The other builds resentment. Ego feels powerful until it's tested. Stoicism removes the illusion before the test arrives. And once your ego dies, you don't become smaller. You become untouchable. If this message challenged you, that's a good sign. Like the video. Subscribe for more Stoic wisdom. And remember, the strongest person in the room is the one who doesn't need to prove it.